ceasefire agreement that has been reached upon between Israel and Hamas. In fact, Israel's cabinet has approved a ceasefire deal with the Hamas terror group that would bring a temporary halt to the devastating war that has stretched on for more than 6 weeks now. In fact, let's straight away go across to Gursimran, who's joining us live right now. Gursimran, to begin with, once again take us to this deal that's been reached upon, and what are the challenges that lie ahead when it comes to the release of around 240 hostages held by the Hamas group?
Samiksha, now the deal has been reached upon, and the Prime Minister Office of Israel has confirmed that the deal of the ceasefire has been reached upon, with the release of 50 hostages that are in the captivity of Hamas will be released in the 4 days. And this ceasefire will increase with each passing day, with the release of 10 additional hostages that are in the captivity of Hamas. Right now we are reporting from the armistice line of agreement, and you will see that the attacks on the Hamas infrastructure has not stopped. As we witnessed that in the past 5 minutes there have been at least 10 strikes on the infrastructure of Hamas. This certainly means that the ceasefire agreement has not been implemented with the immediate effect, and there is a shelling also that is taking place. The mortar fires and the artillery fires that are happening inside the Gaza territory. The tracers are also being launched by the Israel side, and also the pin precision strikes at multiple locations shows that the timeline of the ceasefire has not been finalized, and the flashes that you see is of the strikes on the Hamas infrastructure by the Israel side. That means it will take time, and now the PM Benjamin Netanyahu government is also facing the heat, because 3 of their cabinet ministers, including the National Security Minister Ben Gvir, has opposed the government's decision that there will be release of some of the Palestinians who are inside the jails of Israel will be released in exchange of the hostages. He has now said that they will ensure that there will be no attempt by the terrorists of Hamas to broker a deal with the Israel side. Samiksha.
We also understand that more trucks would be allowed to pass through the Gaza Strip. At least 300 trucks per day would be allowed, and fuel delivery is something which will also be ensured when it comes to Israel agreeing to that. Take us through those key highlights of this deal, which includes the passage through the Rafah border crossing and the fuel delivery in the region. All right, not sure if Gursimran is still with us, but note that this is a ceasefire deal that's been brokered between Israel and Hamas. And the key highlights of this deal include release of 50 Israeli women and children. 150 Palestinian prisoners are going to be released by Israel. Not just this, the deal also includes allowing more than, in fact, at least 300 trucks per day to enter the Gaza region. Of course, so Gursimran is back with us. Gursimran, once again, take us through the details of this passage through the Rafah crossing. We understand at least 300 trucks would be allowed to pass through the region every day.
See, Samiksha, if we speak of the agreement that has taken place, there are multiple points to which the Israel side have agreed, but they have not officially spoken about this. What they have officially spoken, that there will be release of the civilians, the hostages that will take place, but the reality remains that there will be exchange of the prisoners also. There will be seizure of the airstrikes and also the air surveillance on the south of Gaza Strip, and also there will be an enhancement in the supply of the essential commodities, the humanitarian assistance that is being given to the side of especially the south of Gaza. So all these are part of the negotiations that have taken place now, but now due to the prevailing internal situation, the Israel side is somewhat resisting to come officially on the terms, because we have seen that the Benjamin Netanyahu cabinet is not fully in support of him. 3 ministers out of 38, they have gone against and voted against this proposal of accepting ceasefire with Hamas. They feel that this will give Hamas a time to recalibrate themselves and then to come strong against the state of Israel, including the National Security Minister Ben Gvir. And as we speak, the agreement of the ceasefire that has been agreed upon has not been implemented on ground. A couple of months back, when we we were showing you that how the strikes are still taking place inside the Gaza Strip. That means that there has not been an official word that has been conveyed to at least the Israel Defense Forces on the ground that there will be a ceasefire and they have to abide by it. At least for now, they have been asked to go all out against the terrorists of Hamas, and the Israel Defense Forces also wants to ensure that as much as dent they can give to the Israel Defense Forces, they should before the announcement of the ceasefire, because once the ceasefire is announced, there will be no space for the at least to carry out the strikes on the infrastructure of Hamas. But you see, the decision that has been taken of the ceasefire is taken after 46 days, and what it seems for now that this won't be restricted to only 4 days. This will be a long ceasefire, what it seems for now, because the attempt of the terrorists of Hamas was to ensure that they get a ceasefire, and now they have somewhat managed to get the ceasefire. So they will try to prolong it by the release of 10 civilians a day. And if we go there, if we assume that everything will go smooth, then this ceasefire will go at least for 24 days, counting to the number of total hostages. So it will be too premature to say that it will last for 24 days. But yes, initially the 4-day ceasefire will pave a way for the further negotiations that will take place. However, the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has made it amply clear that their war against terror is not going to end, and they will eliminate the Hamas to ensure that there is no new threat from the adversary who is sitting in the Gaza Strip. That certainly means that the pressure that is mounting from his cabinet colleagues has made an impact on the Benjamin Netanyahu that made him issue a statement that the war is not going to end. But the international pressure on the Israel side has worked, and now the negotiations have started, at least with the involvement of Qatar and the United States. Now we expect that after Israel, there will be a statement from Qatar, then followed by the United States, and then the Hamas leadership in Beirut or in Doha, they will also be issuing a statement with regards to this.
All right, Gursimran, thank you for the moment. So important details being given by Gursimran. One, there is still no official word on how many trucks exactly are going to be allowed to pass each day to enter the Gaza region, one, and allowing off the fuel delivery in the Gaza region as well. In fact, Gursimran telling us that a statement is also expected not just from Qatar but from the US as well when it comes to the deal that's been brokered between Israel and Hamas.